Hey guys, this is VV Shaft, and we are back. Hope you guys are enjoying the tournaments that are being casted recently. We're seeing IPL 4, some awesome games out of the GSL, and Tech Attack number, I think it was 120. Fuck, if I know actually. I'm not really sure what number the Antec Attack is, but the point is, there's tournaments everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's tournaments. And it's great. Everyone's winning. Everyone's participating. There's a lot of competition everywhere, guys. And that excites me more than anyone could possibly understand. Today, we're going to be looking at some games from AcerNerchio versus Bischu. This is a best of 3 between these great and awesome players. Nerchio, of course, being one of my favorite Zerg players. Bischu, a little bit unknown to me, but he sounds like Bisu, so he must be good. Of course, that's not always true. But anyway, we're on Shakuras Plateau today. We've got, in the bottom right, in the pink, Zerg Trunks, AcerNerchio, and on the bottom left-hand side, the yellow Protoss is Bischu. So, not really sure what to expect from Bischu, but I know Nerchio, and I still don't know what he's going to do. Nerchio, of course, is a player that, quite frankly, is very hard to read. If this were ZVT, I would bet maybe $5 he was going in Fester or Rocheling. But that's about how confident I am in predicting him. Here in ZVP, I'm actually surprised he's not 10 pulling or doing something insanely crazy. Either way, very happy to be casting a Nerchio game. Bischu, of course, going for what looks like to be some kind of fast expansion. I'm not sure if it's going to be Forge first or Nexus first. That will be seen shortly. We've got just a little bit of scouting here from the Probe. Probe. He definitely scouts that there is no pull down. It's around 14 supply for the Zerg. He's moving out for a hatch first build. Okay, no, he's not. That's just a scout. Actually, I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. Spawning pool, of course, going down. So, yeah, this is definitely looking like Nexus first. For the Protoss, the Forge would be laid down here shortly. Yeah, see, around 230 supply. We've got 300, 330, 340, 350. Yeah, the exact timing on that, not perfect, but there's the Nexus first, and there's the Drone Scout, of course. This is a really easy map to do something very, very greedy, like Nexus first, because all you gotta do is control this area right here. There's not a lot of surface area for the low-range Zerg units to deal with. Yeah, I mean, good choices here by both players. This, of course, means that the Nexus gets down before the hatchery. The Probe, of course, being super, super annoying, blocking that hatchery. We've got a Queen, 6 Lings. This is not an ideal situation for Nerchio, but it's going to be really hard to put any kind of pressure onto Bischu, simply because of the map that it is. Oh my god, was that a proxy hatch? Is he on crack? Am I dreaming? Okay, remember I just said he's not going to be able to apply pressure to Bischu because of this, just the way he can control this? Well, see this pylon? I want to point out something. That is not, that is a tight wall in, I believe. Except this right here. No, that is not a... Okay, so proxy hatch canceled. That was apparently just there to make that not a tight wall in. That's interesting. So we've got this little Ling force here. It's going to knock these probes down. And, okay, so he is applying... He's applying pressure, getting down his own hatchery. We've got the probe now going here to lay down a pylon. We've got a third base coming at a really early timing. 5:35 is usually which time you expect that. Here's another pylon. We've got a Queen just miraculously knowing that all of this is occurring. Okay, that was Envision. Hold on. Was that Envision? I don't... Guys, I'm trying to digest this. Okay, yeah, that was not envisioned. So he's moving this queen down just because he thinks this might be occurring. So this is the genius of Nerchio. He's applying this heavy, heavy pressure, and he's just reading his opponent blindly. There's no other way to put that, and this is brilliant here from Nerchio. Of course, Bischu has blocked off this entrance, and that entrance. With about 30 more seconds, those lings would never have made it in there by way of the pylons, and then he could have just cannoned that right there. Of course, lings won't be able to knock that down. That forces roaches, but there's no gas taken and no roach warren, so it's going to be a very long time before this hatchery can be taken again, because of course it's going to die. This is brilliant play by Bischu. Of course, Nerchio, by sending this queen in there just a little bit earlier, is saying, fuck you, Bischu, and just making a mockery of what's going on here. And now, this entire genius strategy Bischu has prepared for us, Nerchio's just laughing at. Here we have those lings now harassing the probe line of Bischu. We've got a 5-drone lead for Nerchio with constant scouting, pretty insane harassment. He knows everything his opponent's doing. He's playing a perfect game here in the most unorthodox way possible. I love this from Nerchio. This third hatchery, of course, is getting established with no hiccups whatsoever. This is hands down the most standard game I've ever cast at this point. But how it got to this point is mind-blowing. So we've got our Zerg on 3 bases at all the usual times. The only thing that's not standard here is the harvester count. Everything's a little bit below where it should be. But the very fact that this is turned into a standard game is so impressive. This makes both of these players geniuses. Like, cheese after cheese after cheese upon layer of cheese. This is like the ultimate grilled cheese, and now it's not. I love it. So here's the evolution chamber and the roach warren taken at the same time. This is again expected around 7 to 8 minutes. This is exactly the timing you would expect. Here is something you would not expect, however. We've got 1 gate robo. That does not seem like an immortal timing. That seems like some kind of warp prism timing. But I'm not sure what to expect. Here is the Zealot Stalker combination. This is kind of standard in some playbooks. So this will apply a lot of pressure to Nerchio, force him to get some lings out onto the field, where he just made a round of 16 drones. Here's Warp Prism, called it. We've got more and more more and more probes being rallied at the Nexus. So yeah, this is turning out to be a really impressive game from both players. This, oh god, that's a drone surround. That's going to lose a lot of drones, of course, to the Zealot, and he's not even going to kill the Zealot. Turn around with the Queen. Yes, that was awesome. Okay, he's got pretty good creep spread. Of course, he's not connected the main and the natural, which in an earlier cast we saw fight type Phoenix in the ass. Of course, will it for Nerchio? Can't be certain. Of course, this Queen getting really low on health. Stalker content just to pull back, get its shields. And yeah, there's some roaches on the field, but still a lot of drones being produced. I like the combination from Nerchio of drones and units, rather than going pure of either one. In this particular situation, it's probably appropriate to put a couple eggs in both baskets. We do have melee attack being researched. Okay, I don't know if this is a preparation for Broodlords or if he's just anticipating needing a lot of lings here in the future. We do have Immortals on the field. He's not scouted those yet, but he probably thinks they're coming. Maybe that has something to do. Okay, so here we go. Spire is up. That's the reason for the melee attacks. He's going to be transitioning from this heavy roach comp to Ling Nita, getting some extra bases and trying to do something from there. Pretty wide. Oh, and he's canceled the Spire and is now getting a Hydra Den. Did his opponent scout Spire? Wow, the mind games in these two players right now is breathtaking. Okay, so we've got the Hydra Den coming now. He scouted something that made him decide to do the Hydras, but at this point, guys, I don't even want to say what. Getting into the mind of Nerchio right now is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. I do not understand this game. But it's amazing when we've got spine crawlers being laid down for Nerchio that these building spine crawlers aren't going to be ready, but he's already got some spine crawlers established. All he's got to do is buy time with the units he's producing. Of course, he's going to lose a couple of these building, but the majority of them should finish. That's going to allow Nerchio to get his units out onto the field, but force fields are going down everywhere. He's now out of force fields. Hydras are on the way. The Hydras are going to allow him to hold off his timing attack with Roach, Hydras, and drones. He's got a lot of spine crawlers there too. Is he going to reposition them? Perhaps he's bringing in overlords as the final overlord line scares Bishu away. Bishu drops the GG, and it's game over, guys. That was excellent play by both of those players. Oh my god, guys, I am so impressed. Anyways, moving on to game 2 in this best of 3. I'll catch you guys on the other side.